Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window from this afternoon. This is one of our most popular Sky-Fi tower cameras up on Wenatchee Heights. We call it the cross camera, and this is looking down at the Wenatchee Valley. Lots of blue sky out there today, but lots of breezy conditions as well. We had wind all over north central Washington, and just some clouds moving in over the horizon. That will affect us tonight, but what will affect us tomorrow? Lots of wind. And look at that map right here in Wenatchee. We could see wind gusts tomorrow afternoon between 50 and 55 miles an hour. Some impacts could be some downed trees and power lines tomorrow. Traffic will be difficult for high-profile vehicles. And I'll tell you what, batten down the hatches for tomorrow. I'll tell you more about wind and possibly some pretty good rain coming our way as well a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Chelan County PUD crews spent late Sunday and early Monday, responding to numerous power pole fires that knocked out power to about 900 customers. An East Wenatchee woman is accused of removing indigenous artifacts from a culturally important riverbank along the Columbia River. And more community-wide COVID-19 testing has been scheduled this week in Wenatchee and in East Wenatchee. But first, we begin tonight. Firefighters were able to save a home from damage after a fire ignited Old Grove juniper trees Friday night on Mary Lane Drive in Wenatchee's Birch Mountain area. The fire shot flames high into the air and generated a huge column of smoke at about 5:15. Chelan County Fire District 1 Deputy Chief Andy Davidson said fire crews initially thought it was a structure fire based on the amount of smoke. Crews from Chelan Fire Districts 1 and 6 and Douglas County Fire District 2 responded. Davidson said the fire started close to the road and the cause has not yet been determined, but it was not caused by a controlled burn. He said evidence of the fire's origin may have been destroyed during the firefighting effort. Chelan County PUD crews spent late Sunday and early this morning responding to numerous power pole fires that knocked out power to about 900 customers throughout the county. About 400 customers in the McKittrick Street and Western Avenue area, that's of North Wenatchee, were the last to have power restored about 10 o'clock this morning. There also were pole fires and outages near Malaga, Peshaston, and the Sunny Slope area of Wenatchee. The PUD says when there's rain after a long dry period, the dust on poles and their metal components becomes a conductor of electricity, leading to those pole fires. Well, an East Wenatchee woman is accused of removing indigenous artifacts from a culturally important riverbank site along the Columbia. Douglas County prosecutors on Friday charged 59-year-old Teresa Claire Clark with 2 counts of disturbing an archaeological resource. Sheriff's deputies said a Grant County PUD officer discovered Clark on September 21st trespassing on an ancient habitation site on the river near Rock Island. She was allegedly carrying a collection of rock tools and tool-making materials she'd illegally gathered there. Authorities said Clark was previously caught gathering items from that same location back in 2018 and was banned from the property for life. Disturbing an archaeological site is a Class C felony in Washington. Clark must now appear in court on October 26th. Well, more community-wide COVID-19 testing has been scheduled this week in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. The Chelan Douglas Health District said the free testing will be Tuesday through Friday at Wenatchee High School and then Tuesday through Thursday at New Song Community Church in East Wenatchee. The hours for both sites are 1 to 6 p.m. each day. The drive-through self-administered tests are open to anyone. This follows 4 days of testing last week in Wenatchee and 1 day in East Wenatchee. The health district says positive results will be returned within 24 to 48 hours. Coming up next, good news and bad news in the latest real estate snapshot of the Wenatchee housing market. The State Department of Ecology has earmarked $1 million for salmon recovery efforts in the Methow River. Hikers in the Horse Lake Trail system can expect short-term closures from mid-October through mid-November. And starting tomorrow, the NCW Library's Bookmobile is coming out of 7 months of COVID storage and heading out to bring literacy to Central Washington communities. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hope, oxygen to your soul, color in your world, a light to your future.
Difficult to qualify and quantify,
yet you know when it's lacking.
So many things have promised us hope,
but have left us feeling hopeless and empty.
Real hope is able to stand firm even on the darkest day of the soul and still say with the prophet Jeremiah,
"For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord.
Plans to prosper you and not to harm you.
Plans to give you a hope and a future."
The Apostle Paul declared to a young church in Rome,
"May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace,
as you trust in him,
so that you may overflow with hope
by the power of the Holy Spirit."
If our God is a God of hope, then maybe it's your turn to experience a hope that cannot be shaken
nor destroyed.
And maybe it's time to hope again.
Maybe it's time to become a generation of hope.
What if the same God that raised Christ Jesus from the dead
can resurrect your hope?
Maybe it's time to hope again.
I have fiber at home because it allows me to do a great job in my profession. It allows me to learn things that I need to learn at home. It allows my kids to hopefully one day be able to be educated because of what they learned online and what they learned from their teachers. And it allows us to have fun too as a family. And we're able to do a lot of things because of fiber internet. I'm Rudy, and my family learns with fiber.
Welcome back. In another news, total home sales in the Wenatchee area real estate market last month were up 18% over the same time last year. According to the latest real estate snapshot from Pacific Appraisal Associates, 126 homes in the Wenatchee market were sold in September compared to 107 in 2019. However, active home listings are way down compared to last year, from 166 in September of 2019 to 74 last month, a 55% decrease. The median and average price of a home in the Wenatchee market also went up, with the median price up 6% and the average price up 10%. The median price for a home in the Wenatchee area now is at $365,000, and that compares to $345,000 in September of 2019. Well, the State Department of Ecology has earmarked $1 million for salmon recovery efforts in the Methow River. The grant goes to the Methow Salmon Recovery Foundation to help boost stream flows in that crucial watershed. It's part of a $22 million round of funding passed out to 21 high-priority waterway projects around the state. The Methow River grant will go to boost stream flows and aid the recovery of endangered fish after the wildfires that have burned throughout the Okanagan and Methow basins. Hikers in the Horse Lake Trail system can expect short-term closures from mid-October through mid-November as the Chelan County PUD replaces 4 wooden transmission structures with steel poles. The PUD will be using a helicopter to fly in materials and using heavy machinery. The work has been timed between fire season and wetter winter weather. The PUD says the steel poles will better protect the transmission lines during fire season. The work areas will be reseeded to the area's natural habitat. Well, starting tomorrow, the NCW Library's Bookmobile is coming out of a 7 months of COVID storage and heading out to bring literacy to Central Washington communities. It'll offer weekly curbside pickup of library materials that were ordered online or by phone, a drop-off box to return library materials, free craft and STEM kits for children and teens, and an internet hotspot for anyone needing to use Wi-Fi. Expect to see the Bookmobile Tuesdays in Orondo and Wilson Creek, in Plain on Thursdays, and George on Wednesdays. You can't go inside the vehicle because of pandemic restrictions, but the library hopes it's a return to something close to like normal operations. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Well, if you didn't know it already, today is Columbus Day, or as it's now called, Indigenous Peoples Day. In tonight's features story, a bill promoted by Washington legislators to better investigate cases of missing or murdered Indigenous women is now law. President Donald Trump on Saturday signed the bill called Savannah's Law, co-sponsored by 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse and Washington Senator Maria Cantwell. The bill aims to increase coordination among police agencies so they can prioritize such cases. Native American women go missing or are murdered at much higher rates than women of other races. 56 are currently listed as missing in the state of Washington alone. Well, that's pulling that curtain back. Isn't it? Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. And after a kind of unstable weekend, we'll call it, with lots of wind Saturday, 36/100ths of an inch of rain yesterday and some wind. We had more of that wind today, but it did clear our skies out and temperatures weren't all that bad today. This is looking down from our Sky-Fi tower camera up on Wenatchee Heights, the beautiful Wenatchee Valley, and this was pretty much our situation for today. Felt a lot like fall out there today with those cooler temperatures this morning. Afternoon high temperatures today. Boy, for the first time in a long time, we were right where we should be for this time of year. 64 degrees unofficially our high, and that's just a click above where we should be for this time of year at 63. Started off the day at 50. 42 is our normal low temperature now. Record high 77 degrees back in 1979. Record low, it was a cold one, 2009. 29 degrees. We did pick up, as I mentioned, 36/100ths of an inch of rain yesterday, and that now gets our yearly total to 3.33 inches. Sunrise 7:16, and the sun will set tonight at 6:17. Let's take a look now what we can expect as we get into your Tuesday weather forecast. The big news tomorrow, hold on to your hats. We have a high wind watch that'll go into effect at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and it'll run until 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Temperatures won't be too bad, middle to upper 60s over in the basin, 62 for Wenatchee, 60 in Leavenworth, and 60 degrees as well. The high temperature in Entiat. And as we get to our surface loop, it's not just going to be windy. We expect a lot of rain as we get into tomorrow as well. So the wind will pass through tonight. Most of that will be in Montana. There still will be a little bit of wind, and that's associated with this area of low pressure. This will slowly move our way. This is early tonight, but as we make our way a little bit later, you can see it pushing ashore, and that flow will move our way and bring us a good chance for rain overnight. We'll still see about a 90% chance of rain for Tuesday, but look at all of this wind almost statewide. Here's a look at the rain amounts too. Lots of snow up in British Columbia and Alberta. We could see Big rain totals in western Washington for Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, still a little bit breezy as one storm system moves away. High pressure then will take control of our weather. It will allow a few clouds to kind of drift down on us on Wednesday, but we're still going to call it sunny with just breezy conditions for Wednesday. Things get a lot better as we get into Thursday with sunny skies and just light breezes. High pressure with the ridge up and over all of the western United States will bring us some pretty nice weather. In fact, we will get back to above normal temperatures as we get into Friday. Just partly cloudy skies. Another weak system is going to ride the backside of this high, and that could bring some rain into western Washington. But we will see warmer temperatures on Friday with highs in the mid to upper 60s. By Saturday, that storm pushes in even a little bit farther. Here it is right here, and that will definitely bring some rain into the western part of the state and along the Cascades, and we will stay unseasonably warm on Saturday. Mostly cloudy then on Sunday as that storm does push through. Not going to rule out some sprinkles now on Sunday, and I think as our week goes on, we'll probably up those chances for precip as we get into the end of the week, but still mild on Sunday with high temperatures once again in the upper 60s. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. About seasonal for overnight lows tonight at 44 degrees. Rain overnight tonight, rain tomorrow morning, and then that high wind watch will go into effect at 2 o'clock tomorrow. 62 our high. A little bit breezy for Wednesday too at 60, 61 for Thursday, and then things get pretty nice. Partly to mostly cloudy Friday through our weekend with high temperatures then in the mid to upper 60s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in north central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Holy cow, Seahawks. Can we just get a blowout? Can we just get one game where it's not close? Russell Wilson connected with DK Metcalf on a 6-yard touchdown pass on 4th and goal with 15 seconds left to rally Seattle over Minnesota 27-26 on Sunday Night Football last night. The completion was the second 4th down conversion between Wilson and Metcalf on the drive and helped the Seahawks to a 5-0 record, its best start in franchise history. The drive and play saved what was otherwise a miserable performance for Seattle in the game, especially the defense, which was gouged for 201 yards rushing and 31 first downs. Coach Pete Carroll says he wished the fans could have been at CenturyLink to witness this one.
I have a regret. I have a major regret that the 12s weren't here to see that one, as well as all these other games that have been here in this season. It's so regrettable that you haven't been able to enjoy it, because you guys never would have gone home tonight. So just speaking to our fans, I hope you had a ball, with it at home and where you're doing it, and I hope you guys believe like our guys believe. That was an amazing game tonight, and it was hard and tough and started so poorly, but at halftime, I mean, obviously you saw what happened right as we came out. At halftime, our guys were clear that we could score a bunch of points and we could stop them, and all of a sudden the avalanche just hit, you know, and we got the ball away from them a couple times. We stopped them on 3 and out, and the offense just rock and rolled.
The Vikings led 26-21 with time winding down and the ball deep in Seattle territory, and they went for it on 4th and 1 at the Seahawks 6-yard line. Cody Barton and KJ Wright combined on the tackle to stop Minnesota short and set up the game-winning drive. Wright, who also had an interception and a fumble recovery, said he and the team always believed they could come back.
Yeah, man, I believe, I said this earlier, I believe this is like one of the top 3 or 4 most impressive things I've seen this team do. And I knew that once we made that 4th down stop, I was like, we're about to win. Like, the confidence, you guys should see the confidence that we had on the sideline. Everybody was just so positive and optimistic. And we knew even when it was 4th and 10, it was like, we're going to find a way. And when you just have the belief as a team, when you have Russell at quarterback, anything is possible. And his Hall of Fame career is he just keeps adding to it. And I love him as a teammate, love him as a man, and that was just special that he keeps doing that.
Russell Wilson has now engineered 34 game-winning drives in his 9-year career. He says he knew the defense would give them a chance.
You know, we kept believing. I was cheering them on. We kept believing everybody. Sure enough, 4th and 1, we get a huge, amazing stop by the defense. And sure enough, okay, here we go. Let's go win the game. And we just kept battling. DK makes a great play on 4th and 10. Then we keep battling, keep going up and down the field. We had a couple chances at the end zone early on there. We could have scored on those, but it came down to a clutch moment. And you know, I don't know, 15 seconds left, and I just saw DK run across the field and just try to zoom it in there to him. And tight window, he just made an unbelievable catch, unbelievable play. Offensive line blocked extremely well in that position, and just it was a special time, special moment for us right there.
Yeah, DK Metcalf made 2 incredible 4th down catches in that final drive to help Seattle win. He says with Wilson at quarterback, the team always believes it can win.
I can describe it like it was like, you know, we were one team out there. You know, we've been in that situation all last year with the quarterback that we have. You know, there's no doubt in our minds that, you know, we're not going to go down here and score. So anytime we're in that moment, you know, it's easy for us to just go out there and just play our football because, you know, we know that guy at quarterback can make anything possible, anything can happen, and he can deliver when the game's on the line.
As Seahawks fans, I guess with Pete Carroll now, we should just be ready for these close games. In Carroll's 11 seasons with the Seahawks, 90 games have been determined by a touchdown or less. He says he loves being in those tight situations.
I like to feel like I felt in that 4th quarter where I was chilled about the whole thing, and so that I can think clearly, operate well, function well for these guys, and you know, do whatever I can contribute. And so that's to expect that those situations can arise, and so you're comfortable with the moments. Okay, that's part of it. But we're making memories, you know. We're making memories. These are memorable situations. Okay, that's 2. Another thing is the experience that these guys have. It just fortifies why they believe. It just you know, just adds on to why they should keep hanging and fighting tough and outlast the people that we're playing. Because it's when you finish, you got to outlast the other guys, and that's what our guys understand, and they know it, and they're developing a discipline based on the experience and the confidence they're getting, because that's all we've been doing for 5 weeks now. And it's just going to make us that much stronger facing whatever the odds are, the issues are coming down the road. So this is all, it's just the process of building, you know, the mentality of a really successful team. And so these guys are doing everything. They've got all the stories we need right now, and we'll keep building, hopefully.
The Seahawks will have the bye week this week to soak in their 5-0 start before wading into the NFC West schedule in 3 of their next 4 games. Now, speaking of the NFC West, let's check the Les Schwab scoreboard. Kyler Murray rushed for a touchdown and threw for another as Arizona beat the Jets 30-10. DeAndre Hopkins had another big game for the Cards, catching 6 balls for 131 yards and a touchdown. Arizona improved to 3-2. Jared Goff threw for 2 scores and ran for 2 more to lead the Rams past Washington 30-10. Los Angeles is right behind Seattle at 4-1 in the NFC West. And Jimmy Garoppolo struggled in his first game back after an ankle injury, and the 49ers were pummeled by the Miami Dolphins 43-17. Ryan Fitzpatrick nearly had a perfect passer rating. So what's perfect? 158.3. What did he get? 154.5. He connected on 22 of 28 passes for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Dolphins. Well, let's turn to baseball. Former Mariner Mike Zunino came up with a big hit for Tampa Bay, helped the Rays beat Houston 2-1 in Game 1 of the American League Championship Series on Sunday. Zunino's 2-out RBI single in the 5th inning proved to be the game winner. Jose Altuve gave Houston an early lead in the 1st inning on a solo home run. Tampa Bay tied it in the 4th on Randy Arazarene's solo home run. Blake Snell worked 5 innings for the victory, allowing 1 run on 6 hits with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Diego Castillo worked an inning and 2/3 for the save. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series gets underway today, featuring Atlanta and Los Angeles. Max Fried will go for the Braves, while Walker Buehler gets the start for the Dodgers. You can watch the action from Globe Life Field in Arlington on Fox. I don't know about you, but if you're a Seahawks fan, I think I need this bye week to recover. 4 of Seattle's 5 games have been determined by a touchdown or less. Be nice to get a blowout once in a while. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And Russell Wilson is amazing, that's for sure. Well, as we leave you tonight, if you're new to roundabouts, there can be a learning curve, so to speak. This morning, a motorist at the new roundabout in 3rd and Highline in East Wenatchee showed us how not to use one properly. And a reminder, if you have a video of the day that you'd like to see here on the NCWLIFE Evening News, it's easy. All you need to do is message us on our Facebook page at the NCWLIFE channel. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks very much, Grant. Tomorrow on a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, I'll have the Douglas County Auditor Thad Duvall and his counterpart, Chelan County Auditor Skip Moore. They will be in this studio live to talk about the 2020 general election. How is your ballot going to be taken care of from the time you get it until the time they get it? All the things you need to know for voting 2020 with our 2 local county auditors. We will see you tomorrow for a very important conversation on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live and local at 7 a.m. on Tuesday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. We'll be watching. And before we let you go tonight, let's take one more look at what we expect weather-wise tomorrow. A storm system will be barreling in on us tonight, bringing us an 80% chance of rain tonight, 90% tomorrow morning. But the big weather factor tomorrow, lots of wind. A high wind watch will be in effect from 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and that'll run until about 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Look at those areas in red and brown. We are talking winds 50 to 55 mile an hour. Those are gusts. We will probably see steady winds about 25 to 35 miles an hour. So if you have anything loose around your yard, either get it in your storage shed or tie it down. It is going to be a windy one. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
The NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn.
Guada TV, Street Talk and Other Stuff, the 12th District, Life with Lisa, and the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.